Hello friends, we are in the new episode of Transfer News. We are evaluating the agenda before the winter transfer window. If you subscribe and like the video, you give us the biggest support. Enjoy watching. Real Madrid announced that the contract of star player Vinicius Jr. has been extended until 2027. Vinicius had already been saying that he wanted to stay at the club at every opportunity. He is the future of Real Madrid. During the Ballon d'Or ceremony, the Spaniards asked Mbappe if he would come to Real Madrid. Mbappe's wink to the reporter caused a huge stir in Spain. They talked about this gesture for over an hour just yesterday. Currently, Real Madrid doesn't have a goal-scoring problem. Bellingham is like a superhero, declaring "I'm here in La Liga's goal race every match." However, Mbappe's transfer to Real Madrid is an inevitable reality. We have been waiting for Mbappe to sign with Real Madrid for next season on a free transfer for a long time now. The signatures haven't been put down yet, but it's not hard to predict some things. Paris will do everything once again to not lose him. However, this time, the only thing they can do is erase him. They used to say that Rodrigo could be the victim of Mbappe's arrival, but he's staying. There are no intentions to let him go, and a new contract will be signed with the Brazilian star until 2028. The coming season will be decision time not only for Mbappe but also for Toni Kroos. The contract of the German star with Real Madrid is coming to an end, and options include retiring or leaving Real Madrid. He had a style of making fun of players who went to Saudi Arabia before, so if he leaves Real Madrid, it will be a new challenge. All the teams in the Premier League will want to sign him. Despite being 33 years old, Kroos can still play in any team. So, seriously, he could move to the Premier League at the end of the season, and he will decide which team suits him best. It is persistently claimed that Haaland will go to Barcelona or Real Madrid. The plan at Real Madrid revolves around Mbappe. Barcelona, on the other hand, cannot announce a major transfer to UEFA just yet. Besides, Haaland is already very happy playing at City and working with Guardiola. Kimpembe will complete his contract with Paris Saint-Germain next season. Barcelona is preparing an offer for the 28-year-old French star, and his availability on a free transfer is highly valuable. Meanwhile, there will be a final meeting with the player in Paris. Of course, they want him to stay. I guess his future will be clear in January. Barcelona is preparing to sell Ansu Fati, whom they loaned to Brighton next season. So far, he has played 10 matches for Brighton and scored 3 goals during this period. The team's coach, De Zerbi, spoke about it. "We are trying to assist Ansu because he didn't play a lot of matches last year. He has started a new football life. He is an incredible player. Where he will play next season is a subject of curiosity." In fact, Tottenham had made an offer to him before Brighton. They haven't given up yet and will be the first team to make an offer for Ansu Fati's transfer next season. The Spanish player may reject them once again, but they will be at the negotiating table. The contract of the boss at Atletico Madrid is coming to an end. However, there is no departure in sight. It is widely speculated that Diego Simeone will sign a new contract. His current contract was set to expire at the end of the season. The coach will both take a pay cut and sign a new contract until 2027. Chelsea's experienced defender Thiago Silva will become a free agent in June. His home country Brazil, specifically Fluminense, is currently showing interest in him. According to Romano, there are serious reports suggesting that the 39-year-old player will return to Brazil. Thiago is still a fantastic defender, but it is not expected for him to stay at Chelsea. We mentioned in the last video that Chelsea is looking for a centre-back. We talked about Batoni, but there are other candidates as well. One of them is Abdulkarim Bardakci, who currently plays for Galatasaray. It is very likely that he will make a transfer at the end of the season. His performance in the Champions League is highly valuable. Additionally, Batoni would cost Chelsea at least 60 million, while they could potentially get Abdulkarim for a fee between 15 to 20 million. Roma wants to keep Lukaku, and they are even considering including Abraham in a swap deal for Lukaku. If Chelsea takes him back, they could potentially put him up for resale. Some Premier League teams are interested in Abraham. Paris Saint-Germain is planning to acquire Rafael Leao in anticipation of a possible departure of Mbappe. The 24-year-old forward has scored 3 goals and provided 3 assists in 12 matches this season. His market value is 90 million euros. They will have to spend money to replace Mbappe, whom they are losing for free. Additionally, Milan recently signed a new contract with the player. Rafael Leao's contract extends until 2028, and the buyout clause in the new contract is set at 175 million euros. The Portuguese left winger is expensive, and Paris will have to pay a significant amount for him. Benjamin Sesko could receive offers from Milan at any moment. He's a talented forward playing for Leipzig. The team that manages to sign him will undoubtedly be lucky. It's reported that the Germans might ask for 80 million euros, which could be considered an expensive transfer for Milan. Convincing the player to move to the Premier League might also be a challenge. Lyon is currently at the bottom of the French league with only 3 points. They are one of the most seriously threatened teams with relegation. The team's striker, Lacazette, chose to stay despite receiving significant offers last season. However, this year he seems prepared to leave the ship. They've only scored 7 goals in 9 matches, and captain Lacazette has contributed to 3 of them. It's almost certain that he will transfer to Saudi Arabia either in the winter transfer window or at the end of the season. The Saudi Arabian team, that includes Carrasco in their squad, Al Nassr, is interested in him. 11 matches have already been played in the Saudi League, but the team's top scorer has only managed to score 2 goals. This means they are in need of a good striker, and Alexander Lacazette is the right choice. Manchester United is looking to strengthen the right-back position, as Diego Dalot and Aaron Wan-Bissaka are not meeting expectations. United's interest in Denzel Dumfries is not new. They were eager to acquire him last year as well. In January, they are planning to make a substantial offer to Inter to secure his transfer. While Juventus is expecting Pogba to leave the team, they are also aiming to make some transfers. One name on their agenda is Thomas Partey. They are interested in loaning him from Arsenal in January, and they are very serious about it. Despite his frequent injuries, Arsenal is not willing to let him go. This will definitely be a challenging transfer. Arteta wants to keep Partey in the rotation as he aims for the championship. When asked about potential transfers in January, Bayern Munich's coach replied, "We are working on it, we will try. Due to international tournaments, we will lose many players for a few weeks in January. We are keeping our eyes and ears open. They have sufficient depth in attack, but options are limited in midfield and defense. They had loaned Josep Stanisic to Leverkusen at the beginning of the season, so they are considering bringing him back in January. However, there are no buyback clauses, so it might be a bit complicated. They may have to pay Leverkusen some money for this reason. Additionally, there are a few more transfers on the agenda, and Bayern will be active in January. Their main target for the summer is Florian Wirtz, a 20-year-old superstar prospect at Bayer Leverkusen. He is one of the special players, and his breakthrough was actually expected last year. Nevertheless, he made an incredible comeback from an ACL injury, and I believe he will reach his peak level in no time. When asked if the player will come to Bayern, the CEO of Bayern said, "We will see." Messi won the Ballon d'Or 8 times. Leo received his final golden ball of his career. After this year, the stage belongs to the younger generation. Neither Messi nor Ronaldo can win this award again. By the way, Ronaldo knew this would happen. They gave Messi another Ballon d'Or and he went to America to retire. He won the World Cup, but with 6 penalties. Actually, Messi should have won 5 Ballon d'Ors. Iniesta, Xavi, Lewandowski, and Haaland's awards should have gone to him too. "Congratulations, Leo," he responded with smiling emojis. It's not easy for him, of course. Messi is still in the spotlight. He received the Ballon d'Or just 2 days ago. However, Ronaldo has been away from this award for a long time. In many matches in the Saudi League, opposing fans continue to chant Messi. It's really hard for Ronaldo to escape from Messi's shadow. No matter how indifferent he may appear, it still keeps him alive and more ambitious. Ronaldo has become a more tense player with each passing year. This has reached its peak in Saudi Arabia. Whether right or wrong, he reacts to opponents and referees in ways we've never seen before. This leads many people to say that Messi has gotten under Ronaldo's skin. Samana Kadın was preparing to return to Adana Demirspor on loan. However, if this happens, Fenerbahçe may need to acquire not just 1, but possibly 2 or even 3 center-backs. The player wanted to play more and will likely see more playing time after his recent injuries. The Yellow and Navy team has considered Victor Lindelof for the center-back position. His contract with Manchester United has 7 months left, but the Red Devils have an option to extend it for another year. Fenerbahçe will closely monitor his situation in January. It is reported that he may stay at United. If they make a center-back transfer, Lindelof could suddenly find himself on the market in January. Just like the Fred transfer, Fenerbahçe could acquire him from United. By the way, Tottenham, who are looking to send a player away, are in search of both a midfielder and a backup. One of the names on their agenda is Ismail Yüksek from Fenerbahçe. The Yellow and Navy team is not considering selling any of their starting 11 players in January. However, Tottenham is willing to push the boundaries for Ismail. They want him as a backup. Ismail should definitely not leave while he is in this form. Ndombele was loaned to Galatasaray with a €15 million buyout clause. This clause is not mandatory, and our expectations from him were very high, but it seems like he is not very interested in football. In January, Galatasaray wants to send him back to Tottenham. If this happens without any compensation, they will make a move for the midfield. Amir Breivik, who was previously on the agenda, is mentioned. The Molde player, at 23 years old, is very effective in attack and also contributes to defense. His determination on the field sets him apart. I believe the transfer can be completed for around 3 or 4 million euros. He could be a breath of fresh air after Ndombele. Galatasaray has started working to renew the contract of captain Muslera, who will become a free agent at the end of the season. The 37-year-old star wants to stay, and everyone at Galatasaray is telling him to stay. I think there will be a salary increase, and he will sign the last contract of his career. Instead of Bakanbu, Wout Weghorst, a former Besiktas striker, is being mentioned. He didn't succeed at Hoffenheim. It makes sense on paper, but the Dutch striker doesn't want to be Icardi's backup, so the rumors about him wanting to come are not true.